Alright, we're back for final round, this time on the play. But we can't keep that. Oh, well, we can pitch Teferi. We are hitting land drop. Yeah. Our mana base is bad and we've been suffering from that one game already. Yeah, there's like 2 uncastable spell, I think we okay. Yeah. Difficult. That's a good 5 is such thing. If there's such thing as a good 5, I guess. There's an argument to bottom remand, because if they cast nothing, you'd rather just try to draw your land naturally, but we also, if we're stuck on 2, this gives us a little bit of interaction with them, so I think it's still worth keeping. Yeah. Some decks are gonna be a lot more powerful than ours. This might be one of them. Oh. Yeah. Being mana screwed against someone having fun with soldering is just not a good feeling. Man, it's gonna be the second game this draft where we're just not gonna do anything, I think, which is rough. Do they also have like Moxies to go with the soldering? A lot of Spetal, okay, that's weaker. A lot of Spetals, they are on Storm maybe too? This is not the best card if you're not playing Storm. Spyglass, okay. Choose a Planeswalker, I guess. Maybe they are light on action, and we just get the time to draw lands and do something, but... might just unexpectedly absent the Soldering here, because eventually we'll have to discard, I guess. And if we continue to not draw land, and this is kind of a time walk. I mean, we don't let land draw something too soon. These draws have been really complicated though. And like, sure, the mana is bad, but you know, hitting land drop has nothing to do with the mana being good or not. When you're playing good old 17. Ooh, they have a counter spell, it seems. I don't see any reason for them to counter Ballista, but it seems like they pose for a while. We kind of need them to have like nothing threatening at all and to not draw anything threatening in the next 4 or 6 turn and to hit our land drops. Which could be the case if their hand is super reactive. Maybe we have time to play our threats, but... I think we force of will that. The reason to do that is I believe they have a couple answers in hand, maybe, but they are low on action, and if we let that resolve, they probably find the action they need. And then you can say, well, then you counter the action they get, right? But the problem is, if they get 2 or even 3, because they could discard cards that are already in their hand, spells that matter, then you're gonna get overwhelmed. I think it's right to counter research, hope they continue to draw either answers to what we're doing, or at least nothing threatening, and we get to enough mana to cast our threats. Could click myself, I don't think I'm gonna do that though. And I'd like to understand a little bit better what they are up to. Eventually we might pass our own click if we just cannot find land otherwise. Good news is if they counter that, then we're more likely going to resolve something like, I mean, one of the other card we have, basically. Also, the Force of Will was relatively free since we pitched Ashiok, which is, you know, dead. Maybe now we can just drop Planeswalker. They might have answers to the first couple Planeswalker, but maybe we'll get somewhere. Could be a case of Screwed Beats Flood, I mean... They could also be on Kiki-Jiki combo and they're just missing one half of the combo. Ooh, they found a Hellkite. That's not great for us. Guess it kills Gideon. If we draw land and we can play this Gideon and kill Hellkite, though, it's really good for us. Could fetch black. Yeah. We don't need more white, and I don't think there's a good reason to let them know Ashiok is our only black card. Another option is to go Teferi and tap Pass to Exile, but I think this is slightly better. Because Gideon is a weaker Planeswalker, I think, on average. And I'd rather use this one. I don't know. I think it makes sense to do that over Teferi. Yeah, well, hopefully they are still light on action and this can win the game one way or the other. I guess starting to draw a card is kind of appealing. But in case they have a counterspell or they have an answer to Planeswalker now, I'd rather have them deal with that than with Teferi, which I think is a little bit stronger. Sorry, I just sneezed. If it was not clear what this noise was. Daredevil. Getting my unexpectedly absent on the Teferi, on the Gideon rather. Okay, fair enough. Yep. I got to resolve a Teferi and... Oh, I should have played... Well, I guess I already played Daze, so I don't have to play around Daze. Probably still should play around Daze because I have no reason not to, but... Do I pass this Daredevil? I don't know. Maybe I do. Kinda rough if they resolve something like Titan. One reason to pass is it avoids that Teferi dies to a Bolt. And it's gonna pressure the Teferi in the next few turns no matter what, so we'll eventually have to get rid of it, I think. If they don't do anything too silly here, well, that's probably a little bit too silly. If we could have an untap with Teferi, Glenn, that would have been great. But I guess now we have to do that. Pay 2. We still play the Glenn, but we'll be tapped out. So... It's third from top, is that right? Their own Glenn. I mean, usually in a Glenn fight, the one who already has something good on the battlefield is advantage, so I think it's not too bad. Why is this thing dark though? Playing Gideon doesn't do much. I think we're just attacking with Colonnade. The thing is they're drawing a Titan soon, which I'm not sure we're gonna get to. I guess we can Teferi the Titan again pretty soon, so there is that. Yeah. Pretty sure their last card is not super relevant, might just be a land. Fine trading Glen for a Glen activation. They get their Titan next turn. Yeah, Tefering's been doing a great job here. Even if it dies now, still would have done an amazing amount of work. I think we're playing the untap land here. The reason is this lets us go for Colonnade. And Colonnade again. Oh, well, I guess no, that was bad because they are gonna Frost Titan tap Colonnade. That was a misplay. I messed up. And now Teferi is gonna be on 3 loyalty, so we can't bounce the Titan and keep it around. That was straight up bad, I guess. Yeah, this could cost us the game. Kinda forgot about that. Ooh, we're gonna see their last card here, maybe, no? I was not. I attacked with Glen because I thought I could block with Colonnade, but obviously Titan makes that impossible, so yeah, that was bad. I think we have to bait the Glen with Gideon. Then we trade Teferi for Frost Titan, which would not have been a trade if I had kept my thing back, which was the right line. Though the last spell in their hand could be a non-creature spell, in which case keeping Glen available is good, and then we probably win with Sphinx Rev. We can Sphinx Rev protect it with Glen, unless they have a very strong creature very soon. It's probably looking pretty good for us. Maybe I was supposed to attack with Colonnade here, because they die on the following turn if I do, and it's better than using Sphinx Rev. Yeah, I guess we have to counter Chase. I think I draw a full 7. Alright. Could have played Darkfleet Shore here instead, I guess. Okay, they had enough. Here the idea is we tap the Sol Ring, and if they play Frost Titan, if they have a land and go Frost Titan, tap our Titan, we're killing them with the flyers. And if they tap Colonnade, we're killing them with these, so... The Sphinx Rev was quite lucky. So it looks like they're on blue-red control. I'm gonna bring in the Knight and the draw. More Planeswalker against another control deck seems good. And I don't know, maybe they're playing Kiki Chiki combo, but if they do... Not much we can do, I guess it's pretty good. Walking Ballista, not looking great. And Dodge is not looking great. I think this is the change we want. We have a pretty high threat density, which is good in the mirror control. Control mirror, rather. I'm surprised we're in final with this blue-white deck. We got pretty lucky to win the rounds against Storm, I guess. Though, to be fair, even though the matchup is rough pre-board, post-board gets a lot better against this Storm deck with the cheap threat and Thalia and whatnot. We never played Thalia, I guess, but... Get their Sol Ring. Alright. I think we're gonna Banishing Light the Sol Ring. Unexpectedly absent whatever they play alongside Sol Ring if there's something. And then Commit and then Gideon, like follow the curve basically. Oh well, especially if they are second too, we're definitely gonna absent the Sol Ring. Sorry, Banishing Light the Sol Ring. Okay, we'll absent that and light, Banishing Light the Sol Ring. Then we can come into memory the Copter. Can we fetch anything? No. And then we play Gideon, kill Mage. Okay, Copter is not coming back. They do have blue now, though. Compulsive. Alright, well, we have a game. Because now they will start hitting land drops and, yeah, doing things. We're gonna be a little bit ahead, though, with a Planeswalker on battlefield and more mana, which is nice. But we definitely have a game. Ooh, Daze. No, no Daze. It seemed like they might have had Daze here, I don't know. It's kind of cool that if they go Daredevil, bounce my Gideon. Oh, I guess if they ever play Daredevil, basically, we get to copy it. Okay. So it's gonna be a true name race. We're gonna start the race with a little bit of a little bit more time than the opponent given Gideon. True name Nemesis would be a reason to bring the Wrath back in the deck. I think they're slightly ahead here because we draw a lot of lands and now we don't have too much action, so if they just have a couple good spells, I think they're in decent shape to win this game. Technically, we're winning on the True Name Nemesis war or race here, but you know, this is not necessarily gonna continue to be the case. Another Gideon is good here. I feel like it's not resolving though, but I think we still jam it. If it resolves, it puts us pretty far ahead in the race. And if they have a counter spell, well, I mean, they do, so be it. Probably end step Faf or ooh, Exarch, okay. Yeah. I think we'll let them go for it before we path. They're thinking about it, I think. Okay. That sucks. That's a weird line. Okay, well, I think they stole the wrong Gideon here. It seems a lot better to steal the small Gideon and get an emblem and kill it, I think. Isn't it better? They don't have lethal here. Yeah, I think they were better off stealing that, getting an emblem, and killing the big Gideon. Everything at my face. It's a total of 13. They're just dead though. Afterwards, I hit them for a ton. I think we're still gonna exile that one because if they have a way to interact with us and somehow they don't die, we're not, you know, dead to True Name. These were some weird lines they took though. They would have been in pretty good shape if they had gotten rid of both Gideon. Steal the small one, get an emblem, and kill the big one. That seemed pretty great. Yeah. Oh well. This game is tough. I've made mistakes much worse than that, so. But yeah, I think they would have had a decent chance at win. Maybe not winning, but not losing that soon at least. Yeah, I mean, they got rid of both Gideon. We're left with 5 power on board. I think they would have possibly won. Alright, we got there. Again, surprised the deck did so well. I don't think it was amazing, but it worked out. I hope you enjoyed the draft. Drop a like if you did. Feel free to check my Twitch if you like to see more content. I'm streaming almost daily. And yeah, hope you enjoyed and see you soon for more drafts.